Hey, what's up? I'm Sam from AI for Marketers, and today we're gonna do an amazing, super cool beginner's tutorial for Leonardo AI. This is a crazy cool tool. You probably already know about it, but I don't think most people that are not into AI know what Leonardo is capable of. And honestly, it's one of my favorite interfaces for image creation. The only thing is kind of weird is like the name, right? Because I got friends named Leonardo, and this product they just grabbed a guy's name and just made it an AI. But I think it's pretty interesting and creative, and also the engineers behind it are super cracked because, like, yeah, you gotta see the interface. My promise as always to you is that by the end of this tutorial, you'll be able to create whatever image you want using this software. So remember to leave a like and comment anything under this video if you want more specific tutorials of Leonardo or any other softwares. Time's running, so let's dive in. Okay, so this is the landing page, pretty like easy, right? Creativity unleashed. Leverage generative AI with a unique suite of tools to convey your ideas to the world. Get started. You can also use the API. This is pretty much a sneak peek of how the software looks. You can use it if you're a creator, if you have a theme, and for developers to take the API and put it in another product. Featuring all of these magazines, and here they showcase Leonardo for different use cases. Here's all the features that Leonardo has: image generation, AI canvas, perfect every pixel, advancing 3D texture innovations. You can breathe life into a 3D asset like never before. That's like super cool. Samurai. Unveil new creative horizons with fine-tuned models. This is an amazing specific feature Leonardo has. And of course, in Midjourney or Playground or any other software, you can also do this, but like Leonardo has like a super easy way to use a specific fine-tuned model. And the perfect example is this one, right? Leonardo Anime XL. It's a model that's been fine-tuned before to produce only anime generations. This one's also cool. Leonardo Lighting XL, Leonardo Kino, which makes it like, a cinematic output, and Leonardo Diffusion XL, which like only produces like the most stunning outputs possible. This is a gallery of what people have created. Pretty cool, super cool generations, and that's pretty much it. Let's go to the app. Okay, so this is what we see when we get to the interface. This is a new account, and you can see here like Pravon, right, it's all good. Here we see the feature, guys. This is super important if you want to create consistent characters or consistent preferences, like a consistent style, basically. You probably need to read about it. I'm gonna do just the beginner's tutorial, but if you want an advanced tutorial on how to use Leonardo to create consistent characters, consistent references, consistent styles, we can do that too. Probably do that next month. Stay tuned for that. I want to separate those two tutorials because most people won't use Leonardo at that capacity, because if you just prompt an image right, it's more than enough to create something cool. But now if you're doing a series of images and you want all of them to have the same style and have consistent characters and have a consistent storyline, then you probably need to master stylization and source references. And by the way, once you understand those concepts and you master that, it's pretty easy to use like that same concept in any other AI tool. So if you grasp how to relate images, let's say on Leonardo, you can do the same thing in Midjourney or Playground or anywhere else. We can see the community creations. This is what people have, like it's what's trending, the creations of people. I think it's pretty cool. Some beautiful generations there, right? What I want to do, I don't know if you guys like that, but like in the future when I have a house, I want to create like a room, right? A room like with a lot of NFT. I don't want, they don't need to be NFTs, but I want them to be like digital artwork, and have like a room, like a museum in my house, and that has like different paintings, but like I want them all of them to be AI arts. Because I had a couple the other day with someone I met, dude, and they said that like this guy's an artist, like an old school artist, and he says AI art is no art. And I do not agree at all. As simple as that. Like, AI is just a different tool that you're using to create whatever output you want. It's like saying AI music is not music. It's like, dude, you're hearing it and you're dancing to it. It is music. It's just the tool you're using to create that music is different. But honestly, you could have said the same thing when people started using iPads and Apple Pencils to create amazing artwork. The guys that only use real life canvas and like brushes probably could have told the new generation that, what they're doing in their little iPads is not art. And guess what? Now in 2024, every single illustrator uses those tools to create their art. So yes, I just think that, if you have that combo with anyone and they have that mindset, just tell them, dude, these are like the new tools to create art, music, like paintings, whatever. But the human essence not lost, because to create an image, you have to tweak it. Okay, so this is a community thing. Bring your ideas to life. One platform, infinite possibilities. Real-time canvas, real-time generation, motion image generations, upscaler, and canvas editor, and more. We're gonna probably use some of those here now in this tutorial, but probably the motion thing we're gonna do in the advanced tutorial. What I want to show you first is the image creation. Let's go here, and because this is a new account, I don't have anything there, but I want to show you, like, let's create a super cool prompt. Let's do option spacebar to have RGPT there, and let's tell it to, hey, give me a prompt for Leonardo AI. I want to generate a cool I'm gonna actually replace here Leonardo for Midjourney, because I don't think GPT knows what Midjourney is. Let's go, give me a prompt. Let's see if you understand what it is. No, I don't need you to create the image. I need a text prompt. I need a text prompt. There you go. That's a super cool prompt right there. A white man with brown hair running a marathon in Tokyo sunny day. He's wearing a dark blue running attire and bright orange running shoes. The background includes beautiful green scenery with depth of field emphasizing the runner in the foreground. The Tokyo cityscape is visible in the distance, and the vibrant colors of the day shine under the bright sun. Capture the energy of the marathon and the contrast between the urban setting and the lush greenery. Amazing prompt. Let's go here to Leonardo now and type that prompt, and let's play a little bit with these super cool options. The first thing we have is the preset. The preset is all the types of, like, the different templates Leonardo has to create images, right? We have Leonardo Phoenix, which is this cool Phoenix, right? Then we have the anime style, the Kino, which is like cinematic style, the conceptual art. This for, if you want to do this specific type of concept. Then graphic design, stock photography, portrait effect, lifelike vision. This is like super like hyper realistic type of image generation. Then Leonardo lighting, which is a classic in Leonardo. I think it was like the first preset that Leonardo released, and as it says here, it leans towards photorealism. Let's use Phoenix, and then we're gonna use a different preset. Okay, Phoenix is leave the prompt enhancement on automatic. Enhancement of prompts, like in any other software, is just like, if you do a super lazy prompt, Leonardo is gonna take that one and gonna, create a full-on prompt like the one you just did. Prompt enhancement, like in any other software of this, it's just like if you do like a super lazy prompt where like you just, you don't do any specifics. Leonardo takes that prompt and creates a full-on, amazingly detailed prompt, and uses that amazingly detailed prompt to create your image generation. We shouldn't use that here because we're doing like a super cool detailed prompt, but we're just gonna leave that on auto because I just want to use the normal presets of Leonardo. The preset style is like, we have the general settings in the thing we selected at first, but now we can pick here like, the different styles of cinematographic styles of the image or video we're gonna generate. So we can pick between 3D render, bokeh, cinematic concept, creative, dynamic, fashion, graphic design, pop art, graphic design, vector, illustration, macro, minimalist, moody, portrait, ray trace, sketch, color, sketch with black and white, vibrant, etc., etc., etc. Because we are adding depth of field in the image, I'm gonna use bokeh, which means the same thing. The bokeh is like the differentiation between the subject and the background, right? When you see here, if I get here to to like my camera, you can see that there's like a differentiation between my hands and like, you know, the background. That difference there, you can see like my hand in the background is like blurred, but my hand here is like, you know, it's a beautiful hand, by the way. I could be a hand model. That differentiation between the subject and the background is the bokeh or depth of field. And in contrast, we're gonna leave that on video. Generation mode is just a model we're gonna use. We're gonna use fast, but like, you know, if we buy the premium subscription, we also have access to quality and ultra. We haven't bought the premium yet, but like if we need to buy it for the tutorial, and probably for the advanced tutorial, I'm gonna buy it because I want to show you guys all the features. I think it's worth it for sure, at least like the basic price mode. Image dimensions, super simple. You want it horizontal, you want it vertical, and you have like more options here, like, you know, any type of device you want, or wide, or, you know, style of, you know, pixels. We're just gonna do a square, and we're gonna generate 4 images per creation. In advanced settings, we have the model. We can also activate the photoreal feature for premium users, but like this is for photorealistic images. I don't know if I want like super photorealistic in this image, but if you're just trying to generate a, you know, realistic photo of yourself, or like a, I don't know, if you're trying to generate a consistent character for a movie or for whatever thing you're doing, you're building, you can always pick the photorealistic thing. Negative prompting, if you want to add some negative prompts, you can also do it here below the normal prompt. We're not going to put anything because mostly, like, you know, usually if you're not trying to get in a specific style, usually these type of softwares have by default negative prompts already on the back end. So you as the user don't see it, but when you input a prompt, a positive prompt like the one we're doing, also in the backend it's generating a negative prompt that's saying, you know, don't do low quality images, don't do like super chaotic images, don't do, you know, all of those that are, you know, the positive prompt plus the negative prompt creates your image. Transparency, this is for creating like a transparent image, like for example, if you're doing a logo and you want it to be like PNG, right, like a transparent thing, so you can like put it without a background, you can select that option. Like if you want only one background, or if you want it to be like harmonic, the background you want to be the let's say I just want like a white background. I just want that closet to be the entire closet of this image generation. I just would add the detailing thing here, right, and would be more approximate technically to that option. But honestly, I don't get the sense of it entirely right now, because you cannot say what part of the background you want it to be like the default one. So I just always leave that off. I've used stealing before, but you cannot pick what part of the background do you want the harmony to be around. So I just don't use it that much. Use fixed seed. This for if you have like a seed image that you want to have as a reference, you can always put it here. You activate that and you put the seed number there. We're not doing anything with like an original image right now, so I'm gonna leave that off. And we can also add, if we have like collections, we can add this to our collection. We're gonna actually create a new one. We're gonna call it Brabon, and let's add it to that one, right? To Brabon. Super cool. Yeah, I think we're ready. Let's generate it. Okay, so that's cool. I generated this guy. Yeah, I didn't specify the age. I usually do when I'm doing these tutorials. Remember, I always say like, you know, 25-year-old. I didn't say that here, but you know, so I generated this guy. He's a bit older than me for sure, but like, you know, the orange shoes are there. He's definitely in Tokyo. It's definitely a sunny day. The depth of field is amazing. He's got brown hair. These things in Japanese. Yeah, the dark blue attire, that's pretty cool, right? All of these other images, it says that are like explicit, so let's click that there to view it. Okay, it's the same guy though. This one's also cool. Running. It didn't do it like super photorealistically, as you can see. It was pretty consistent with the character, right? It was like, it's the exact same guy in a similar position, but like with different camera shots. But I think the instructions were pretty clear and it followed it, you know, perfectly. So let's grab one of these. I don't know which one. I think this one. Yeah, probably this one. This one is actually the best. The first one we saw is the best. Okay, listen. The first thing is that we can organize it differently into a different, like a different folder, but we just have one folder. We can download the image, we can copy the image to the clipboard, we can upsend the image, and we're gonna do that just to show you. And we can also remove the background here, right? With 2 tokens, we just remove the background and make it transparent. I guess it will select only the subject. There you go, that's pretty cool. If you want to go back, you just go here. Okay, so with this one, we can also upscale the image. For example, so introducing ultra upscaler. We can also upscale the image, but that's with a premium subscription. We probably will do it, but just so you know, you can upscale. And also, just so you know, if you want to delete the images, you can delete them with the premium subscription. That's pretty cool. I want to show you guys what happens with this exact same prompt, except the age. But another model or another, you know, they call it presets here, but they're just different models. We're gonna do a conceptual art, no, lifelike vision. We could create a hyper photorealistic view of this prompt. We're gonna do a 25-year-old. There you go. Okay, we need to view it. Okay, we need to view it. Wow, much better, dude. Wow, amazing. That's amazing, right? Depth of field, and this is a super cinematic shot. We're definitely in Japan because the designs. Okay, this one has like a different kind of, you know, it's so weird. And also the perspective, as you can see, like, you know, these other guys should be smaller because they're like pretty much far away. So yeah, this one's cool. This one's cool too. And also, it did it in like less than 10 seconds, right? So yeah, we're good. This is amazing software, amazing tool. So that's how you create images using Leonardo. I hope you really liked the video. We're gonna do an advanced tutorial on Leonardo that's gonna come up after this video, explaining motion, real-time canvas, real-time generation, canvas editor, universal upscaler, fine-tune models, training and datasets, texture generations, and all the other premium options. That's the next video we're gonna upload. This one is super useful if you are a beginner, but if you want to get a grasp of the advanced features of Leonardo, you can go to our tutorial, advanced tutorial on Leonardo. It's also in the description. And if you want to see all of our super cool videos, you can see this playlist right here. See ya.